In January, we were exclusively with U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg at the ports of Long Beach and L.A. At the time, we were focused on the physical infrastructure there. Now, an update on the digital side.
There is a need for better data sharing.
The Secretary is setting up a new data sharing tool called Flow. Freight, Logistics, Operation Works.
Which will be a digital tool to get this information flowing. It's voluntary. The more you put in, the more you get out.
This really helps us shine a light on how a public-private partnership should work.
This week, the Secretary hosting a meeting of business leaders participating in Flow. Among them, Target, Albertsons, and FedEx.
Is this one of those things that kind of seems obvious, but when you got in there, you're like, why wasn't this happening already?
Exactly. I think a lot of people would assume this information is available on a big digital board somewhere, but it just doesn't work that way. And so we need to act to make sure those players come together.
Sometimes they call you the Secretary of explaining stuff. For the average person who gets stuff, what does this flow mean for their life?
So most people watching this interview are not going to personally use this digital tool that shipping companies and ports are going to use to talk to each other. The way you're going to notice a difference is that shipping times could be a little bit shorter, and it's going to be one less factor pushing prices up on the shelf.
The administration says there's been a 60% reduction in long-dwelling import containers off of the SoCal coast since the height last fall. But there's fears about new supply chain interruptions due to COVID cases once again increasing in China, shutting down factories there.
For the long run, this is also why we've really been pushing Made in America and Buy America, to have more of our manufactured goods produced here in the US so that we don't have to have major economic disruptions because a factory closed in China.
In the short run, gas prices remain sky high here, rising prices for everyone.
We know some governors have called for the federal gas tax holiday. Any chance for something like that?
Well, I think it's important for the administration to have all of its options open.